Yo, what's good, yo? We'll be starting shortly. Give me a few more minutes. We're gonna let a few more people kind of walk into the room, creep into the room, and then we'll get started here shortly. We'll go over some basic things. We're gonna have some fun, so give me a few minutes, guys. Hope everyone is well. Let's give everybody else 5 more minutes to pull up. In the meantime, no talk to me in the chat, guys. Where's everybody from? As you guys know, well, as many of you know, I'm from Yonkers, New York. Where are you guys from?
Yonkers, New York, by way of Trinidad and Tobago.
See what's good, yo.
That's poppin'.
Mississippi. I see we got Detroit here, McDonough. I live in Atlanta. I'm living Georgia now. Nebraska, okay. Cincinnati, the nasty natty, Nashville. Nashville's popping. I've been there a couple of times. One of my brothers lives there. The Bay, Indianapolis. Shout out to Kendra for all the Indiana love, man. She put a lot of y'all on and introduced me to a lot of good people from Indiana in the Midwest area.
Shout out to Naptown.
Ooh, good, y'all.
Court, I thought I was gonna be running late, man. I'm
How
here. I'm here. We made it. We made
work,
it.
right? We made it to work. Yo, guys, this is my job. Like, isn't this crazy? Coolest job in the world, I tell you what.
You know, it's Texas by way of Memphis.
We hear it in your voice. What's up, Chaz? Do you do one-on-ones on Sunday as well? Somebody was asking me
Dude,
about
I've been in one-on-ones. I done did like 8 to 6. Yes.
Dr. Chaz, 8 to 6 one-on-ones, guys. Please book your time with her before prices increase.
They already
Our
did.
educators, our analysts, our signalers, our alerters. She's just an all-around great educator and teacher working for Chaz for a long time.
Mine is this week. Can't wait, Chaz.
What day and what time is yours?
April 9th. It's in the afternoon. I want to say it's like 6 o'clock, I think, in the evening.
Yo, you know what makes me tough too? Like, so if anybody's ever worked with me before, you guys know, like, yo, them time zones, that should be fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? When somebody tell me like, yo, we gonna meet at 8 and they meet 8 West Coast time. And I'm
That's crazy because now I got to check if it's Eastern.
yo, right, yo, are we talking, yo, so going forward, just so you guys know, all my meetings will be in Eastern Standard Time. If I see we have a meeting at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. EST, you got to do the math on it and figure out the rest. I've resigned from doing the math on it. I had one person get very, very upset at me. I messed up on the time zone math. They were there at 7. I hit them at 10, like, yo, where you at? And it was like, what you mean? Why I've been waiting for you for I was, oh shit, my fault. Did not know that you lived where you lived or that you were where you were. I apologize. But
All
let's
right, so I
get
feel good. I'm
rock.
not the only one.
Yo, bro, terrible, right? Terrible. Super confusing. We're gonna get started here shortly. Shout out
Bro, I just
to
got off the call with somebody out of Tanzania, and I just invited them to the class. So like
Wow.
people are
Nice.
they're finding us.
So what time is it there?
He just told me the difference. I don't know. He was trying to figure it out to see how we would like if we did a one-on-one. So, but I don't know what time it is right now, right? But we
I think
just
it's 22 hours, isn't it?
I don't know. Hopefully he comes in. And his name is Caddy. So we'll see if
What
he
is
hops
his
on
real
in.
name? I always ask him that. If you guys know, if you work with me, let
I
me.
don't know it.
What is
I
your
just I
real
just met
name?
him.
I'm tired of y'all saying your name is Jacob and David. I'll be like, yo, what's your real name, bro? I'm not calling you that. We work with a lot of people from a lot of different places. I'll figure out a way to say your name. I will learn it, just like I had to learn Schwarzenegger, right? Like I can pull it off. Tell me your real name. But we're gonna get started here shortly. I'm letting a few more people kind of creep into the room. We have people from all over. Somebody said he is 6 hours ahead. That
Yeah,
is
it's midnight over there.
dedication. Dedication. And he, side note, which brokerage are you? So many different brokerages, especially when you start working with people overseas. What is he
He
doing?
found me from Diamond Dave, and so
Shout
we
out
just
to
got
Dave.
off a call. So we'll see, talking together and see what kind of times, figure out and what brokerages he used. But he was using he was trading forex, but he's getting into options.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Do we have any people with us right now from the UK or who live in the UK? I know I work with a few or have worked with a few over the years. Anyone from there? Yes, no.
Yeah, my London people across the pond, I usually teach them at like 9 and 10 Saturday and Sunday morning, and it's usually like evening time for them.
Yeah, you better than me. I'm not doing it. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I tried Belgium, London, and I forget where the other place.
Wake up at 9 a.m. and talk about Microsoft with you guys is probably never gonna happen. But let me see. Let me pull up my slideshow so we can get started here shortly. Let me actually send a copy of this out as well. Bear with me, guys. And yes, guys, this class is being recorded. At the conclusion of it, all the premium members of Mogul Stock Group will have access to not only the recording because we'll make it available for you guys there in our resources and education channel, but I'm also going to post my lesson plan and my slideshow and do it that way so you guys are able to take it, practice off of it, and use the examples to go from point A to point B. Tonight's going to be a really easy class. Tonight is going to be super duper simple. This is something that we go over, and this is just one technique, one way to do things, one way that I found super easy to not only just teach, but also when I'm working with people, something super easy that they're able to apply almost immediately to their trading. Um, and that's their day-to-day trading. And at the end of this call, you guys will be able to go and practice. I'm gonna get with you guys in the group. We're gonna go to our section of the internet, and I want to see some of your charts, right? I want you guys to share with me. We are giving out participation trophies tonight. I'll let you guys know about what they look like. But let's just have some fun. We're gonna learn. You have me for at least an hour and a half. So talk to me, ask questions. Not only myself, but to my other analysts and the people I work with, like Kendra, we have Chaz. You guys have heard from her already. LC is here. Anyone
You.
else? Genesis in the building. Zay, are you guys here? Anybody else that I work with? I'm not sure. It'd be nice rolled into the room. I know he's traveling this weekend. Spice Girl, get out this section. If she can hear us on any section of the internet, you guys have her number. Text Spice Girl. Tell her I said to pull up.
Yes, guests can join. Invite your friends, invite your
Yes.
family, please.
Yes, please, everyone. Yo, the boxy box method is the way that I kind of draw out my levels or my zones or my ranges that trigger my trades, whether calls or puts, the way I do it pre-market. I actually have a live class coming up really soon. It's gonna be a group class. And it is open to the public as well, that you guys will be able to join and enroll in if you would like. And I'll be teaching the boxy box method. And I'm also going to show you guys somehow I swing trade. and how I find those amazing, cool ass contracts where you like, yo, what was he looking at? What was he thinking? Um, and charting is part of it. Charting is part of it. Charting is how I reconfirm my bias. But as you guys know, I read a lot. I am scouring the internet, trying to find those obscure trades and things, from a more fundamental perspective. To me, that's what moves the charts. Other people will say otherwise, but this is just what helps me. This is what works for me. This is what got me from point A to point B, and I'm more than happy to share it with you guys also and introduce you guys to it. So let me see. Let's get started here. Let me do it this way so you guys are able to see everything. We work straight out of PowerPoint tonight, guys. I'm taking you back to high school, college. I don't know. Some of you guys probably did this in middle school. This was a high school thing for us, right? Laurencia, shout out to Yonkers Public Schools. When were you introduced to this?
Went to stocks.
Yeah, nah, to PowerPoint presentations and things of that nature.
When was I introduced to the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, what grade did you learn this?
College.
College. Oh shit. Okay.
Maybe Mr. Falkenstein's class, sixth grade.
Focus
Maybe.
in sixth grade. He's a teacher of mine as well, wherever he is. So, guys, tonight we're going to talk about the ways that we draw out and find our support and resistance zones. I'm going to introduce you to two different ways to do it, and you can use them in conjunction with each other. Remember, these are zones, right? These are ranges. These are going to be almost inexact numbers, but you'll have an idea. And then from there, we're going to build off of when we average down, when we take a trade, when we exit a trade. I get that question a lot. I might give you guys a trade. It'll pull back. It'll move down. Theta might work against us, but it might still stay in my range or my zone for it to still be a valuable trade. And you guys will say, what do we do? I'm down 10%. I'm down 20%. Oftentimes, here and there, I'll say, yo, take an average down, right? And we'll ride it out. Now, there are going to be many different factors, for where we average down. Oftentimes, it's going to be contingent on the day of the week, our expiration date, my Greeks or my contracts. Um, but what's really, really going to give me an idea in terms of how I'm going to plan my trade and trade my plan are going to be these ranges and zones. Have we dropped below a certain level where I'm like, yo, this trade is cooked. I don't like it anymore. The market has gone against me. I was wrong. Has it risen above a certain level where I'm like, damn, let me get out of these puts. Things have reversed. Things look bullish going forward. The next trade. And it's interesting. And it was a really good learning experience. I remember a few weeks ago, somebody had mentioned that we get a lot more chatter around our wins as opposed to our losses. And oftentimes that just comes with experience, right? And having a next trade mentality where we just cut our losses and we're on to the next thing. I think it's much more difficult to manage a winning position in terms of when to take profit, maybe even sometimes average up, when to trim, when to close completely, as opposed to like, damn, I'm down 50% and this shit expires in 2 hours. I know I just got to close it and it's over with. Win, lose, or draw. So that's something to keep in mind. I want you guys over time, as we continue to work together, as we continue for all of us, just to get a little bit better each day, to kind of keep that in mind, right? A next play mentality, a next trade mentality. So in the chat, talk to me. Let me know who's a bull, who's a bear, who has an intrinsic bias that the market is going to always go up. I want it to go up. I want calls. I want calls. I want calls. Versus who's a bear. Talk to me. Who are my bulls? Who are my bears? If you can drop an emoji in the chat. You guys can just write it out. Tell me. Both. Somebody says both. I'm going to put girly.
Oh, so I don't feel so bad about always taking the downside.
Yeah, yo, the downside.
I'll take the upside, but I just see the downside better. Okay. It's a
I
lot
like
of
to trade
bears.
the downside as well. There's a saying in trading that stocks take the stairs up and take the elevator down. When things are good, things move up rather gradually. They kind of creep up. I'm sure you guys have noticed. If you haven't, take a look at your chart and take a look. You'll see that things kind of go up,
A
very
bum. That's
gradually,
crazy.
typically. But when things drop, when people sell, when the market sells off, things can drop really, really fast. And it's a little bit easier sometimes to make money on those puts. Somebody says, I'm a bear now. He's been converted. Does that mean that his account has been cooked? Was he in calls and then life happened? I'm learning puts. We're here to help if you need help learning them, if you want to see more about
Life,
it.
life happened, Trump happened.
Oh, long term. I like that. I like that. Saying my dollar cost average. I'm always investing. Last week we made thousands of dollars on Nike puts. I bought some more Nike shares, Let's see what happens. Bullish, bullish. At this point, I'm a bum. Shout out to Torian. I feel you, bro. I'm a bear girly. Cool, cool, cool. So some of what we're going to go over today, like I've mentioned, is that we're going to identify support and resistance with one or two techniques. I'll say one technique for now because they kind of build off each other. We're going to apply what we call the Mogul top-down analysis. And what is that? That's when we start on higher time frames and work our way down. And then I'm going to reinforce some of what you're seeing with a really, really simple yet very, very popular indicator, right? And I'm sure some of you guys have heard of it and are familiar with it. And I'll show you guys my settings there with it. And I'll help you guys make sure yours are good as well. So it's a simple definition for support. These are levels where buying interest prevents further decline. For resistance, I want you guys to keep in mind that it's a price level where selling interest prevents further rise. A point in your chart, a point in terms of price action where price resists or it refuses to go above this point. Now, in terms of us, to make it super easy and super simple for you guys, when it comes to your support and resistance, I want you guys to find areas or levels or zones where price action has tested at least 3 times. And it can be over a higher time frame as well as a shorter time frame. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. If you guys are confused at the end of the call, please ask questions. And if you're somebody who's shy, somebody who learns better in a more personal environment, grab one of our analysts, grab one of our educators, pull them to the side and be like, yo, I got the gist of what Biggs was saying. I kind of understood. I went over the recording. I've gone over the slides. And you just help me refine some of this. And I'm sure we would be more than happy to help. Talk to me, guys. Are you guys more than happy to help? Are you guys here? I'll have you guys also furthermore introduce yourself. But some people said both, right? And I love that answer. I love the idea of both going into the market with no set bias and kind of just seeing what happens, right? We take it a day at a time. So when it comes to the markets and when it comes to what we're going to call our top-down analysis, I want you guys to be eagles. And why an eagle? If you've ever seen an eagle hunt, an eagle catch anything, if you know anything about eagles, you know that they fly above things. They have a full panoramic view of their surroundings and the terrain below them. This is why we start at the top and we move down. When eagles hunt, they come down, they grab what they want, they grab what they see, they pick up their dinner and they bounce. That's going to be oftentimes what we do. And oftentimes what you guys have seen us do even now, right? When it comes to our trading, where we out of the blue, you guys be sitting there probably like, yo, what are these guys doing? Alert, 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 alert. Trade, 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 trade. Get in. 20%. We up 30%. Oh shit, 110%. Take a trim. Hold the trade. We swinging this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Eagles. We're eagles. We take what we want. We see things from above. We have a wider or a more full view of the market as opposed to taking a simple, sometimes less successful approach, of just being intrinsically bullish or bearish. We're going to take what the market gives us. I always tell people, I really don't care what the market does. If you guys notice, I don't really offer any sentiment in the morning. I noticed that along my trading journey, when I would get up in the morning, do a bunch of research, and then offer a sentiment, it created an atmosphere for me where I was emotionally attached to being correct, right? If I write out a 30-minute report every morning on why the market is going to go up and that bitch goes down, might trade against what I'm seeing because I've convinced myself, right? I've told you, and I want to be right, right? Who doesn't want to be correct, especially in front of 2,500 to 3,000 people every day, that the market is going to do A, B, C, and D. With a lot of my peers, I see very vague language. Somebody showed me something today where somebody said, yo, the market is going to drop 20 to 25%, and in reverse for another 20, 30%. And I'm like, when? When? I mean, we could be vague and we could play that game, right? And then oftentimes, too, what happens? Those people come back in 3 years and be like, I told you so. Well, yeah, of course the market is going to go up, right? It's either going to go up or down or sideways. That doesn't make you an expert. That doesn't really help people. That's very unclear. I have a friend who's been bearish for 4 years. He's been very quiet, oftentimes, but then when the market sells off, the market drops because markets go in circles, they go in cycles. He pops up and be like, yo, bro, I told you so. Like, nigga, I trade stock options, bro. There's an expiration date, there's a theta. You didn't tell me when this was going to happen. You can't make no money if you tell me the market is going to drop and that shit happens 3 years from now. That was no help, right? And this is where we are. And this is why I say we want to be eagles. We want to be malleable. We want to see things happen as they happen, see things unfold as they unfold. We want to read and react. So why these things are important? They help you identify entries and exits. They help you gauge market sentiment. And they also help you set risk management levels, your stops and your targets. Oftentimes, too, we'll be in a positive trade and I'll get a text message. Yo, honestly, it's usually from my boy Sam. Yo, bro, what's your price target for SPY? All right, bro, here's a number. You know, I'll show you guys how I'm able to draw out and sometimes often see that number and set my target. And you guys will ask us in the chat as well. I want you guys to start to be able to do some of that on your own, especially as we continue to grow our small accounts. I hope you guys took some of my advice. If your account was up, I know a lot of you have doubled your count, some have tripled it. Kendra, did one person say they almost 10x that shit? Excuse me, that thing, that stuff, that account?
Yeah,
Did
absolutely.
see that.
Everybody, for the most part, the majority of people are doing really well with their small accounts from
Okay,
what
if
I
your small account is in the green, let me get a 1 in the chat. I just want to recognize you guys for doing the work, for having some success. Shout out to everyone who's green on their small account. If you're not yet, we're here to help. We pick it up again tomorrow. I think tomorrow starts week 4. Week
correct. That's crazy. It went fast.
super fast. We started on the Monday of St. Patrick's Day. So this does start the beginning of week 4. I believe we started on the 17th or the 18th. So shout out to you guys and everyone who's greening your small account. I've been getting a lot of testimonials. A lot of people have told me that this is the first time that they've grown their account over a month, right? Where they say like they've never had this much success over a month. They've had green days, they've had green weeks, but a green month for a lot of you that is new. So shout out to you guys for doing the work and also putting yourself in a position to win. The account challenge is still open. We're only in week 4. We're so far ahead of schedule. We'll be doing this for another 48 weeks. I'm going to continue to encourage you guys to pay yourself. If you're somebody who started your account with $100 and you're just up to $400, take out $100, right? Let's trade with house money. Let's trade with the money that we've made from the market. This way, you have nothing to lose. I saw one person said that they grew their account from 500. I think she told me it's at about 3,000 now. I told her to pay herself $1,000. And let's continue this process with the 2,000. And this is where the fun starts, right? Because this is something that we're going to do on a rotating schedule almost annually. The goal is for a lot of us to start this exact thing next year in terms of our compound trading with 5,000. I'll say between $2,000 and $5,000 to get started. Because if you can turn $200 into $5,000, at that rate, you could turn 5,000 into about, what's that? 35,000, 30,000 or so, and I'll double check my math on it. But yes,
And what was our starting balance again, Corey? Was it like 250?
and like 200. And me and Kendra have kind of shared a small account because we've been calling a lot of the players
Yeah, we're
are
way
in
far.
too are about to step in and help with that. Some of them are like, hey, bro, I'm a little bit better at turning 2,000 into 100,000 than I am at turning 200 into 2,000. So that's why I feel really, really blessed, to be able to work with the people I do. If there's a strength, if there's an area of expertise as far as the market goes, that person, that entity, that thing is in Mogul Stock Group. Like I've scoured the internet. A lot of them I know personally, friends of friends, worked with them, taught them things, learned from them as well. We have the best mix of educators that you're going to find everywhere. Now we just need a Forex person. Who here trades Forex? If you trade Forex, type a 3 in the chat. Let me get a head count. We are working on getting somebody to come join us and trade Forex with us full time. We have Kevin. She just joined us. She's going to be doing live futures trading. Reese is a beast. Reese is different. Like if you've ever seen some of Reese's levels and his price action and just his view of the market, it'll blow your mind. Zay is really incredible as well. I can't really speak enough about how great the people I work with are. And they each have their own niche, their own specialty, and areas where they thrive and excel. And honestly, areas where I'll put them up against anybody. Yo, trading Tesla, I'll put $10,000 on Genesis, lock in the room with the illest nigga you know on the internet, and tell him, yo, I'll come back in a week and see who got more money. My money is on Genesis. Spy, shout out to Spice Girl, straight beast. Um, what's really cool too about working with these people? When I put a trade in a group, when I take a trade and they alert something similar or the same direction, I'm like, all right, cool, we good. I took puts, I'm in puts. And then Spice Girl pops up like, yo, spot puts, da 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 da. And then Chaz comes and she's like, yo, look for the market to reject here and sell off. Pastor comes in like, yeah, that looks bearish too. And then Kendra's like, yo, IWM puts on some Avenger shit. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm taking the stop loss off this. It's just a matter of time. I got 6, 7 amazing traders, 6, 7 experts telling me that I'm likely going to be right. It's a high probability setup. Like we good. And turn to take my stop loss off this. Whatever happens, happens. I'm riding with the gang. So when it comes to the mogul top-down analysis, excuse me, guys, I almost started there. I want us to start on a higher time frame. You can start on a monthly if you want, but weekly is good. When we get on the weekly, I'm going to have you guys then apply your 200 EMA, and then we're going to work our way down to lower time frames weekly. Then we'll go daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute if you're straight precision and you're comfortable with it. Let's rock, right? And then I'll have you guys confirm your levels with an indicator called the pivot points. And I'll share my settings here with you. And if you guys want, a few of you can share a screen and I'll walk you through it. We can practice here live. If you're somebody who learns more hands-on and you would like to practice live, let me get a 1 in the chat or a fire emoji. Talk to me. Let me see. Yes, I will be calling you up here to the front of the congregation. Who wants to go? Let me see who I can pick on. Who's not shy? Carolyn says she's with it.
I'm not shy.
Let's
This
get
Marquika.
what's good. What's good? I got you guys, and we'll let a few of you even practice here live with us. And me and the other analysts, we're here to help. We'll walk you guys through some of it as well. These are things that we've all used and things that we've all shown, and they're pretty accurate, right? Pretty accurate. So if you're on TradingView, it's going to be called moving average exponential. You can take a picture of this or a screenshot of this. I will be giving you guys the slideshow as well. Moving average exponential. Who's on TradingView right now? I want you guys to log on and apply this indicator to your chart really quickly. Let's start on a weekly time frame. Apply this, guys. Here we go. Here are your settings. So you're going to go to the settings for the indicator. You want the source to be the close, and you want the length to be 200. Let's see. Let's see what's. I will open up my trading view as well. Let's see it. Let's go through one together. Somebody, what's a company you guys like to trade? Type the ticker symbol in the chat box. Talk to me. Okay, okay. Let me see. What's something you guys like to trade? Oxy, Tesla, SPY, Coin, Palantir. Keep it going. SPY and Tesla. I know you fuck with exotic trades. Apple. Apple is a good one. We always trade Apple. That's something that's super easy and where this is consistent as well. Kroger. Okay, we can do it with Kroger. We can work through it, or if you want, you can share your screen and walk us through Kroger and the levels there, right? And our points of support and resistance. SoFi. Ooh, that was a big one, especially during the pandemic. We made a lot of money there. Okay, guys. Let's do Apple. Something simple, something quick. Let me share my screen here. Push the wrong button. Um, okay, here we go. So we're here on the weekly, right? And you guys said Apple. This is Apple on the weekly. So you guys can see again, here are my settings. Make sure your time frame is set to the chart. So the first thing we're going to do is here. And if you want, you can label these lines or these zones or these areas. For the sake of this, let's just keep this a simple blue. And you guys will be able to see. I haven't seen or looked at any charts yet this weekend, really, but we'll see how this goes. So that's Apple. The 200 EMA on the weekly is at 178.31 or so. Try to get it as close to the line as you can. Remember, these are zones and ranges. So your area for support might be 178.31, and the next person's might be 178.25. Neither one of you are wrong. Show each other some grace. Show yourself some grace. I know we work in a field where, a lot of times, and you got to have a lot of ego to do this, right? And ego is going to be what comes with trading, especially at a high level. Like you're printing money. You're the shit. Nobody can tell you nothing. I get it. But, let's show each other love and grace. Nobody's really wrong here as far as this goes. So we can see here there's a gap on the daily. We'll do another horizontal line. 200 on the daily is around 225.28. And if you guys want to do this on your end as well, feel free. I'll lower this a little bit. I know some of you have OCD. Let's see, a 4-hour. The 4 hour is about the same point. If it's this close, I honestly won't put another line. I don't really like my charts too convoluted. I like to keep things simple as possible. Less is more for me in terms of trading. This is not something that you guys will see that I do all the time, though. At this point, I can kind of eyeball these things through experience. And you guys will get to that point as well, right? Just take your time, put in your hours, put in your screen time. Okay, here is another one. This is on the 1 hour. And about here, we have let me move this down some. We have 213, let me see, 214.41 or so. And what's this? This is the 1 hour. And if you want, you can always come in here too, right? And label them. Just simply say to yourself, 1 hour.
Court, I
What's
have a question. Hey, it's Roz.
Hey, Roz, what's going on?
Okay, so for those that not sure of what you're doing, as far as I know you're doing the levels, and so you're putting it there, you're putting the line there. Why? So some people are not sure of that.
Because that's where the 200 MA is on that time frame.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
100 EMA is on that time frame. That's the price over the last 200 sessions. These are really typically high levels or high probability levels of price action, or where price action is going to react, whether that is going to be to resist here and then drop even further, or it's going to break above it. What I want you guys to get in the habit of doing, though, is trading from line to line, level to level, right? So you can tell yourself on a 1 hour, I would usually use this if I'm swing trading. I would tell myself that if SPY breaks above 214.41, I'm going to get 225 calls, and I'm going to sit in those 225 calls. Nikki Y raised their hand. Talk to me. You could unmute
Oh,
yourself.
just quick question. So you say you normally use this for swing trading. So the 200 is normally for swing trading,
Oh,
or
what I'm saying is that when I'm looking at price action on a 1 hour chart, I'm usually have the idea in mind that I'm going to hold that trade for more than one session. If I'm
okay,
going to be doing more so in terms of day trading or scalping, I prefer lower time frames.
got it. Thank you.
Where are we at? So here we are. This is 30-minute, and we're starting to get a little bit of a clearer picture, right?
Yeah, I'm in here, by the way.
Yo, what's good, bro? How are you today?
Yo.
What you doing? Is that Zay? That's Zay, right?
Yeah, that's me.
What's good, man? What you up to?
Watching everything go to shit right now.
Hey, that's life, bro. We're gonna make a lot of money tomorrow.
No, I really have to think about tomorrow, bro, because I haven't even dropped in the chat. Um, I was actually with Roz earlier. The report that came out on the first from the COT report, yeah, man, this was not looking too good for tomorrow, bro. I'm telling you, I don't. Usually I like the aggression, but this time I gotta think about it for a few.
Okay, take your time, man. Zay the scientist. I can't wait to see what you put out. I know you'll find us something. I have no doubt about it. But here we go, guys. So if you guys have seen, I've drawn it out level to level, zone to zone. The last one here being on the 1 minute. So now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this on a 15. And it's crazy how it just happens to almost perfectly correlate, right? So here, and I should have probably labeled this one. I don't remember what time frame this line was on. But yes, if this breaks below 187.35, where is Apple likely going to next? What's the next line or zone or the next 200 on the next time frame? You guys can type it in the chat. You can talk to me. If we break below 187.76, where are we going?
178.
Bingo. And if we break above 193, what should we start looking for?
200. 203.
Okay. And if we break above 203, what's going to be our next level?
209.
Okay.
209.
So let's say tomorrow, right? I'm in 175 puts expiring Friday. We broke below this level here. And you guys say, what's your price target? What's my price target? The next level below this one. This is my price target. We go above here, next 200, my price target. Here, price target. Now I'll show you guys a simple way or a simple indicator to use to kind of confirm some of that as well. If you prefer this to actually going through and working your way through your charts, and this is a key area here as well, you're able to do so. So let's look at this. And it's funny, right? Do the indicator on and it correlates. And keeping in mind, these are zones and ranges. But let's see. Let's remove our drawings. Let's just have our indicator here. Let me show you guys the settings for it. So the indicator is going to be pivot points standard. And I just do another one on there. And I'll close one. I'll close the other one. And we'll go through it together here from A to Z. For the people at home who weren't able to make it to class and you're just watching the recording, you're in luck. I'm going to go through this once again. So the type is going to be traditional. The pivot time frame, daily. Number of pivots back, we'll go 1. I like my label position on the right-hand side. I find that a little bit easier on my eyes. You guys want to do it differently? You are able to do it differently. It's up to you. There we go. Now, how does this look? Do you see how this correlates almost perfectly to price action where we rejected 246 and then we dropped and retested 197, 194, perfect. So who wants to have a conversation with me and sound like a really cool trader? Who wants to talk trader jargon with me? Somebody volunteer.
Excuse me, sir.
Who's this? Who am I talking to?
Hi, my name is Khadija. I just have a quick question before we move on, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. How are you today, Khadija?
Good, thank you. When you were drawing the levels on the different time frames, do
Yes.
they stay on when you move to a different time frame?
Yes, they will stay on when you move to a different time frame or a lower time frame.
Okay,
You
thank
should
you.
be good. And if you have any other questions or any problems with it, you can always just hit me up or one of the other analysts and we'll help you. We'll troubleshoot it. I'm sure the guys, the team, the gang can attest that a lot of our time is spent really just doing techie stuff and really just troubleshooting things for people. Um, the game is rigged, right? I often find that you guys really aren't terrible traders. Sometimes you guys just have really terrible settings. Whether that's in your brokerage, your charting platforms, et cetera, et cetera. But we're here to help. We love what we do. So who wants to volunteer as tribute? Who wants to have a quick little trader conversation with me? Who wants to sound cool for like 3 seconds, 3 minutes if that? Can I get a volunteer? Who's in the chat?
I was trying to stay on mute, but come on, Court, let's do this.
Ah, we not on mute. We here. Okay. Talk to me.
Let's do
Ready?
it.
So you're a
Yeah,
trader,
get up in there. Get up in there.
great trader. So you're gonna say to me, right? If we find support here at 187.20 on Apple, what becomes our price target?
You said if we find support,
If we find support, Apple breaks back above 187.20, this zone here, we bounce into the morning. What's gonna be our initial or our next price target? What is
would
our
that be that 190 SC?
190 UC? So what are you gonna say? I'm gonna say, yo, what's your price target on Apple?
190.71?
Oh shit, you're so cool. This is how we do watch lists, right? This is how we sound cool. This is why they pay us the big bucks. Or oftentimes, I don't make too much money. But my cohorts, my peers, the other people in this game, right? The people the people who charge the really, really big bucks. So if Apple breaks above 190.71, what's our price target?
194.22, sir.
Yeah, and if you want to sound really cool, right? When Apple gets to like 194, before it gets to 194.22, you'll say what? Yo, really strong area of resistance coming up here, guys. So be careful. Put your stops in. Stop loss at 190.71. And people be like, oh shit, yo, this nigga's a genius. Let me give him some more money. It's really crazy, right? And it correlates with your 200. Your 200 being here in this instance or in this zone. Now, if you're somebody who likes, exact numbers and ranges, and you're like, I want to get this perfect, yeah, probably won't make a lot of money. But look, I like, y'all know I like boxes. Like I'll put a box on anything. And if you want to, you can even change the color of that. This is when the trading gets really cool.
Where did you go for that box?
It's here in your settings in this section. Here,
Thank you.
shapes, rectangle. You know I like boxes, right? You guys want to see the indicators? Again, the settings on the indicator. Here you go. And it's in the slideshow as well. You guys will be able to go back and double check it. Sure, here you go. So what I'm trying to do too is make my life easier, right? Because oftentimes we'll be in a trade and people will say, yo, should I close the trade? And in my mind, I'm like, yo, it ain't breakout level yet. That shit ain't doing nothing but just consolidating. Like, relax, bro. We in 200 calls and we still sitting above 197.74. Relax. I got you. I do not know about this on other brokerages. I really only play around with TradingView. Can anybody attest? Is pivot points on Thinkorswim, or I know they have it on if anybody uses TrendSpider. TrendSpider is really dope too as far as like screeners. I'll show you guys TrendSpider if you've never seen it. They gotta give me some money though, man. They gotta sponsor me or some shit. How many people on this call? Yeah, I wish I would tell you guys use something for free at this point.
200.
Like 200 and something people. Goddamn. You guys are smart. Thanks for being here. Who wants to go next? I'll show you guys another example. What's something else that we trade? Oh, let's look at
Bye.
okay, because you guys love SPY. Yo, my next class, so we want to do swing trading at some point too. But yo, I honestly too want to help you guys learn how to make a watch list. Like some of the stocks you guys watch, fucking crazy. I'm like, bro, why are you watching Neo for 6 years? Like, get that shit out of here. That's over with. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this too, though, in terms of watch lists, I don't really watch too many individual
This
stocks.
guy said Neo, bro.
Yo, I watch ETFs. ETFs. I stay ahead. I watch sectors. If you have a watch list largely comprised of ETFs, it's like the best heat map you can ever have, right? Because heat maps are usually delayed by like 10 to 15 minutes. But if I see that SOXL is up, I'm like, yo, we in NVIDIA, we looking at TSM, we looking at AMD, we looking at Intel Core. One of the easy ways to kind of do it. But we'll go through this together, right? So we're gonna say top-down analysis. Let's do it for SPY. So where do we start, guys? Where do we start? At least on the weekly. Now, if you want to go look at the 12-month and the 6-month, God bless you. Do your thing. I'm not mad at it. So let's remove our pivots for now. Let's hide our pivots, and then we'll see if things correlate. So here on the weekly, we have SPY here. And we can see, too, it actually has a much further way that it could potentially drop. Anybody had 575, 574 on their radar for SPY? I know Carolyn did. Anyone else? Yep, that's me for sure. Let's work. Okay, cool. So first line, do you want me to label these lines too to make it a little easier?
Yes, please.
Guys make a lot of work for me, but I love y'all, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just joking. So here we go. So this is the weekly. And we can say, yeah, we'll just say weekly here. Minimize that. Next, we'll drop down because we are Eagles. Oh shit, like 2 gaps there. Okay, cool. And we'll take this one. This is the daily. Don't forget, guys, live mentorship class. Yo, I'm doing a cohort, a mentorship. Me and Kendra doing one together starting in July. 8 weeks of this. If you enjoy this vibe, if you're learning and having fun, please let us know. You can sign up. And I'll even send you the syllabus because yo, I no longer wait till the last minute to do my work. I'm getting better. I'm maturing, yo. Fucking boys to men over here. So look, here we go. Next level, 553.10. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Let me make this a little bit clearer for you guys so you're able to see. Now, if you guys ever wondering, at the bottom, that's where I kind of keep my volume. I want my volume to kind of correlate with the price action, and I will get a little bit more into that the further we move along. Now, I forgot to continue to label after the daily and the weekly, and nobody said anything, so I'm not going to go back and add those labels. You do that tonight as you work through your charts. Let me move this one up a little bit more. This is 544.
But just so we clear, say, bruh, those you're getting those at the end of the 200 MA.
Correct. At the tip of the 200 MA. Try to get as close to it as you can. Once again, inexact science. Give yourself some grace. These are ranges and zones, guys. Do not marry yourself to any of these things. Ranges and zones. And your pivots will reconfirm. So who wants to have, let's take a look at this on a 15. I actually prefer the 30. Now, one of the easier ways to do this too is if you get a 15-minute candle closing above or below these levels, you're pretty safe, or you can feel pretty comfortable taking a trade. But okay, who wants to talk trader jargon with me? Who wants to sound cool? Who wants to be cool for the next 2 minutes?
I'll volunteer.
Who is
Okay, everybody.
that? Hey, Abra. Hope you're well.
No, she said it first, so she could do it.
Okay, I'll do one with each of you. Who's up?
Roz.
Hey, Miss Roz. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are
Do you
you?
I'm well. Do you want to like be cool with me for like a couple minutes?
Certainly.
Okay, let's do it. So here we go. If SPY breaks above 505.67, what's going to be our next price target on a macro level?
515.57.
Wow. Really smart. Okay, now if we break above 515.57, where are we going to look to next for it to reject or find an area of support?
533.93.
Cool. And say we get into a trade, right? Because SPY breaks above 515 and we're like, hey, we're going to find a day trade. We're going to take it to the next level. Maybe we get 520 calls. What then becomes our area of support? If this was our trigger for calls, what becomes our area of support?
515.
Bingo, that same level. Guys, get into the habit of trading from line to line, level to level. Now, of course, I can expound on this. We can get super fancy and technical. I'll start breaking down candlestick patterns. But if your volume is correlating, this big red candle here, you know what I'm saying? If we reject 505.67 tomorrow, what are we looking for? 473s. Damn, possible. It's possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me let this.
Bro, tomorrow is so possible that anything's possible.
And we'll go over cot data with Zay. If you haven't, take that class with him. I'm going to be reviewing that as well this evening, especially as
He's great.
if they're long on gold and S&P, I'll kind of put something together too and start to create my trading plan. So here we go. Let's throw our pivots on. And oh my gosh, how does it almost exactly correlate? Yo, put a 1 in the chat if this is easy and this is something that you'll start to be able to do tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. No more excuses. We getting to work. Those small accounts are growing. We making money. We not giving the money back. I'm here for you guys. I love to teach. I love to help. It is crazy how this works. Statistics, math, how these things play out. You can even, if you're somebody who likes fibs, throw a fib on this. Oh my goodness. It doesn't get much more high probability than that. Let's remove our
Question.
EMAs. Yeah, sure. Talk to me.
So when you're doing the top down, how far down are you going? Are you going to the 1 minute, the 5 minute, or do you think that people should stop at the normal place that they trade off of? If they trade off the 5 minute or the 10 minute or 15?
Go to the 1 minute. Get super precise and fancy with it. You got time. I mean, I would also say to go to the 1 minute because it's going to kind of give you, if you're somebody who has to trade, if you're really, really like looking for a trade, take it down to the 1 minute and it'll help you find a trade probably within that same session. If not the next 15 to 20 minutes, you should get a trigger in either direction. But let's say hypothetically, right, guys? Let's say I'm sitting in a SPY call. I get in here around 532 and we reject 532. I take calls here at this level, right? Let me put that back on for you and remove this one. What becomes my area of support if I hop into a trade hypothetically somewhere around here? I'm sorry, around here, second line. I'm in a trade. Something in my mind says go. I take a trigger. I take 533 calls. What becomes my area of support? Where I'm like, I absolutely have to close this trade. This is my price target.
529.19.
529.19 becomes my area of support. You get a 15-minute candle closing behind or below your pivots. Mayday, mayday, abandon ship. Let it go. We live to trade another day. Take the L. Pivots are also dope too, and I'll let Kendra explain it because she's a little bit better at it than me, right? To help us average down. We get into 533s that expire on Friday. We get a little bit of a pullback, right? We're still in the trade. We're red, down 20, 30%. How do we know to close versus average down? Maybe we stay above 529.19 and we see 531. Take average down. And we'll break down a little bit more in our presentation or our slideshow about averaging down. But this is going to help you guys. The good thing too about pivots, if you're somebody who is serious, somebody who is disciplined, it can help you not change or not trade those zones where we consolidate. Wait for a break above or below as your trigger for a trade. Wait for a 15-minute candle to close above or below before you take a trade. We trade options primarily. Theta, time decay.
have a
We take
question.
the trade over here and we don't get a move to down here, time has worked against you. Yes, yes. Who had a question?
My question is, will this work with, I guess, my schedule? Because I have ADHD. And on top of that, I have a 3-year-old. So will this be working basically with my schedule?
Do you have a 3-year-old boy or a 3-year-old girl?
I have a 3-year-old girl.
It might work. I don't know. I'm just messing with you. But yes, it's
Anyway, I was
possible.
gonna say I have my 3-year-old daughter with me
Yo,
in the background while I'm signaling to y'all.
yeah, keep it tired. Can't just don't pull up and be like, yo, like, get dressed. Let's go to the store. Like, come over this. But yeah, I mean, a lot of that is gonna be at your discrepancy. I would say too, when you talk about your schedule, do you have an occupation? Are you home with the baby full time? That all plays.
I would say in the morning time, I'm home, but I work on the military base. So by 12:30, I'll leave the house and I don't get back home until like 8.
Ooh, I would say for you, you should probably come join us around 9:50 a.m. and be done ideally by like 11 o'clock. And we'll help you with that. We'll develop schedules. Our analysts, our traders, our group, we do custom lesson plans as well as like custom scheduling. I remember I worked with one dude, he called me, he was like, yo, bro, I'm losing so much money. I'm doing well, and then I end up losing. So as we got down to like the nitty-gritty and kind of discussed his schedule and his life, came to find out, he just can't trade on Wednesdays. Because on Wednesdays, he's an entrepreneur as well. He does payroll. And he was giving all the money back and burying himself into a hole on Wednesdays. Um, and that's sometimes just what it comes down to, guys, in terms of your personal lives and your schedules. And we can help you guys develop a plan, a trading plan around your schedule. We're more than happy to help. But, just got to find areas where we can kind of, trim the fat, for lack of a better word, and, find things that work and systems that work. All about creating systems. Guys want to see another one? Or do you? Yo, matter of fact, let's go back to my slideshow. Put a lot into that, Let me see.
Yeah, bro, actually ended up
Yeah,
catching.
let me get you guys boxes and slideshows. If you know nothing else about me, know that I like boxes and slideshows.
In NASDAQ.
Let's see. So we have this here. Let's go back to the slideshow. Can you guys see my slide? Here's another example.
Yes.
Again, of your EMA settings. You guys can see your settings here for your pivots. So some common mistakes I want you guys to avoid is just too many levels. I was working with one person and we talked about a top-down analysis, and they went from the 1 week to the 5-day to the 2-day to the 1-day to the 7-hour to the 4-hour. I'm like, yo, bro, chill, 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 chill. You're killing yourself. It's confusing. It's convoluted. And maybe he had ADHD as well. I don't know what was the reason he was doing that, but you guys will find and create your own preferences in terms of
That's what happens
you
when you do have ADHD.
just go off, and he went
You
off.
jump from thing to thing, and like that's my problem right now. I jump from different stuff, and I'm not like focused.
I understand.
Yeah, I got ADHD too. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I'm being dead. I honestly do. So I don't know how I made this shit work in trading. I guess some advice I can give to you is like if you know for sure, like I mean, really it comes down to just knowing like the shit that fucks you up versus knowing like the shit that fucks you up. If you can really hone in on focusing on the mistakes that you make or the little details that make or break your trades, like if you can get into the habit of really finding out what that is, then it could play a part in just being able to use that as a good thing as well. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't when I'm looking at the market for opportunities, I'm not really looking for like too many specific things. I'm looking for one or two specific things. So it's like if you can narrow down what works for you, and it could be on the emotional side, it could be on the discipline side, it could be on the technical analysis side, it could be on whatever side. But if you could just focus really on what you know makes your trades work, or if you're taking calls or whatever, like if you could focus on how you feel when you're trading, try to focus on how you feel when you're trading. Do you feel nervous? Do you feel antsy? Do you feel very patient? Do you feel resilient? Like locking on those type of things, that way you're able to recognize like where you can improve at and stuff like that. Because honestly, I mean, shit, I got it too, but I don't know. I think it works out. So don't feel like, just because you may have it or may whatever, like don't make it feel like it's something that's gonna hold you back. Like it's just something you just gotta work through.
Something you'll work through, something you guys will master. So if you have ADHD, type 999 in the chat. 999.
Shit, I'll just say it. 999.
The 999 in the chat. You can say it out loud if you want. 999's everywhere. Now, if you're self-diagnosed, let me get a 2 in the chat.
Shit, 2.
Who's self-diagnosed? Okay, I see you guys. Shout out to
just say you got this shit.
Shout out to all the doctors in the room, man. All the doctors. You guys.
I think that's just self-awareness. It's self-awareness.
I respect it. I'm not mad at it. I always tell, like,
Crazy.
I was telling my daughter, like, if I grew up like now, as opposed to when I grew up in the 90s, I'd be on all types of medications and shit. Like, lucky to have grown up when I did grow up. So basically, everyone has it. Cool. So we're all in the right place. Maybe tomorrow we change the name of the group to like ADHD Trading.
Nah, bro.
Nah, chill.
Nah, bro, chill.
Okay, cool. We gonna rock out with what we got. So I'm gonna let Kendra take over. She's gonna break down averaging down. I was gonna cover this section, but then I was thinking, like, damn, like, yo, that XLF trade was crazy, right? Yo, them Nike puts went crazy. Yo,
Okay, one more question.
Really break down what made you stay in those trades, what put you in that position, and how you knew to average down as opposed to close. We actually had somebody who canceled a membership because we were down on XLF. I think we were down 40%. Kendra said, be cool. They canceled. They missed out on that 500% turnaround. So I'll let you take over here, Kendra. You can share your screen.
Oh, someone had a question real quick. I heard.
Yeah, I just want to know, in TradingView, is it pivot point standard?
Yes, it's pivot point standard.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for asking. Does anybody else have any questions about anything that I've covered so far that I can clarify? And we'll have a few more, you guys. Does anyone want to go live and share their view screen with us? And you guys can we can kind of go through it together. I'll take you guys through a top-down analysis.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure, talk to me.
Okay, I'm going to be like really quick. All right, so just to recap, okay, you started from weekly and then daily and then 30 and 15 and 5 or whatever, and then you applied your 200 EMA, and then created a trend line from that to get the. And then after you did all that, you looked at 15-minute chart. You're like, all right, if it breaks here, it goes here for, how can you just do a quick?
Yes, you guys want another quick overview?
Just a quick overview. Thank you.
To get the sequence in order, just so we know how to create a healthy morning routine when we go out.
Got you guys. All right, you guys ready? Let's talk like traders. Let's sound cool for a couple more minutes.
Thank you.
All right. So first thing you guys are going to do is put your 200 EMA on your chart. Everybody watching this on replay at home, pay attention. 200 EMA on your chart, right? You're going to start on the weekly.